Greetings there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm James Virgilist, and I'd like to welcome you to possibly the finale of my beginner's guide to Zelda 2. So we are right at the end at the Grand Palace. Before we enter the Grand Palace, we want to make sure that we have got all the lives, extra lives, that we actually have collected in the actual game. And right now I will put them on screen of all those locations on the map, like from the map screen basically. And let us go to this spot, which is a predetermined place. And we have a doll. Dolls are worth 1 extra life. And the thing is, you can actually get them later, but I'm going to take them right now. So there we go. We got an extra life. So we go to the end and we go down to here and we get ourselves a life. Yes, only if I got a life. That would be awesome. And we shall go here to get a doll. So we got an extra life. Yay, we're up to 5 lives. Awesome. They just remind me of coconuts. And we go here. We got a couple boons. We're going to do jump. And we're actually going to take care of this boon because he is going to be a little bit of annoying. Remember, we're going to be slightly invulnerable if, well, I'm going to get it. But if you do that, and we're done, and we got a life. Yay. Because getting a life is always nice. Also, for the Grand Palace, this is probably the worst palace to get lost in, because there are so many dead ends. And there is just certain paths you need to actually know which way to go. I will be going pretty much right through right to the end. So the path I take is the way I go. I think there might be other ways to go, but this is the way I go, and it gets the job done. Enemies are a little stronger in this one. We are introduced to 3 new enemies. We got a Foka, which is a jumping iron knuckle, basically. A faux Kenru, which is kind of a wing beast that shoots fire, but with an arc, so that's going to be very interesting to deal with. And a giant bubble, which is basically 2 bubbles in one, but it's big. And there's also different versions of the plant, like Octoroks from the palaces, except this time they shoot fire. And we got Bango Bangos in this one, but I will not be encountering any of them, and they will also be shooting fire. And we also have a boss bot, which consists of 5 bots in a giant blob, basically. There's also Raws in this, and they're gold, I believe. And that's about it for the enemies, so let's take it, let's do this. I basically want to just say what the enemies are right off the bat, because I'm going to be either focusing on killing them or avoiding them. So we have a left or right situation here. We are going to the left. And we're going to run into our first enemy, which is we can block them with the reflect, but again, these what's it, Folk Kenru's fire, it's completely random if they come back towards you or not. So you definitely got to be on your toes. So now we can continue up here, and we'll see some bots on there. So these bots are actually tougher than the other ones outside, and even the palace ones. But there is actually a false floor here. About here, you want to jump. Right at the pillar, you want to jump, because there's a false floor in the floor, I guess. All right, so here we are at a pass again. We want to go right this time. And we are here at a bridge that might seem like there's Bango Bangos here, but there's nothing actually here. So there's a lot of rooms like this where they look like there are enemies in there, but there's really nothing in them. Now here we have Raws, or not. Okay, there's a similar room that has Raws in it, but we have another one of these guys, which, you know, would be good. And the thing is, yes, I will be dying, definitely, in this one. And let's see, we can also check statues to see. Now those are the statues of the actual the Fokas, which are the basically jumping iron knuckles. They will shoot, like, and we're talking blue iron knuckles, but they shoot swords. So they will definitely be a menace. Now here we have Raws, which are gold. We'll take care of them. And definitely need the handy glove, but, you know, we can't get past the third palace or even the second palace if we didn't have the handy glove, so... I do have to say the actual Grand Palace music could be slightly better. Like I like the thing. Now here we're getting introduced to the Fokas, and I'm probably gonna die. That's not how you beat them. An easy way to beat them, but hey, that's a way to beat them. And it was got killed by a bot. Yeah, those bots are worth 10 now, so. Yeah, that Foka, you want to kind of up-thrust them. So when they jump, you up-thrust them. Now here, there's an actual way here. I'm going to show this, but there is... yeah, I might as well take the chance. Might as well. Okay, we'll see if this actually is... well... nope. Okay. So that's going to be an enemy, so we're not going to go there. Now there's one over here, and this will introduce ourselves to the giant bubble, which is here. Which, if we're not fast enough, they will split into double bubbles. Which, again, I'm not fast. They're worth no points anyway, so I shouldn't even bother with them. But if you keep on hitting the giant bubble until it's defeated, it will actually get defeated. Okay, so here we are at our fork again. We want to go towards that fire, which is to the right. Usually, if the enemies are towards the enemies, is the right way most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. And here's these guys with Raws. They will shoot fire, and again, the fire is not blocked unless you use Reflect on your shield. And let's see if we can take care of these Raws. Okay. And we got, oh, a red magic jar. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, we are at full, we are nice, we are fantastic. Awesome. Alright, take care of that. And here, we want to go to this block here. Oh. Up here, and stay here, this height, because we can actually hit this guy, this Foka, quite easily in the head. So it's an easy way to get rid of him. If not, you can just use the same tactic, basically just up thrusting him when he actually jumps over you, and it is I don't need that. There's a bubble which sometimes will get in the way, but if it will, just stop, let him do his business, or kill him, or so forth. Now we'll see curtains, which doesn't mean we're at a boss, but we got a giant bubble, which we won't take care of. Again, just hit this guy. He's on a level playing field, which is fantastic, because they're usually on a stair platform, usually, and that's really bad. So here's another Foka, a blue one, and I'll try to demonstrate how to get him. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay, there we go. And again, when they shoot swords, it's not necessarily at a high or low sometimes. So that's a pain sometimes, and this guy will get defeated, so if you keep on hitting him, they will get defeated. Worth zilch, no points. So just ignore them most of the time, unless they get in the way. Now, you're wondering, well, I should probably heal. Let's not heal just right now. There's another one here, not worth it, I have to say, so here we are. So here we are at a 4 pass, so we got some bots. Now, I'm going to go over here. Now this, I hear a lot of people say this is a troll. It's not necessarily a troll. You can actually get it without going into the lava, because if we go down thrust, we'll actually break the blocks. We'll just do it like that. So just tap it. Tap the button down so you just break one block instead of going right through it. and you'll get the fairy with no problem. And the thing is, if you're actually pretty low when you fight that second Foca, you can just wait until you get this fairy and then come over here for an extra life. So yeah, definitely want to pick that up. Especially if you're running, because you at least want to try to have like at least two lives when you come to the boss, basically. Okay, now here's a split. We are going right this time. We are dealing with another one of these guys. I really don't like these guys. Because they're fire. No, the fire. It burns. There. Alright. Now here we got some raws we gotta take care of. Not necessarily, but better to take care of them now than later. Now here, we break these blocks and there's a false floor, which we fall through. I don't think anything is over here. No, okay. Now here, we want to upthrust here, because we got a boss bot. Just keep on going, ignore them, because those blobs actually take, or bots take a little bit longer. Got a couple Mews. Or was it Mayus? Or Moos, sorry, Moos. Now here, you want to hit this, this, and this, and then hit the middle one, but kind of back, because you want to run away if it's one of these guys. Because it's either going to be one of those guys or a red magic jar, and if it's one of those guys, you want to come back into the room, respawn it. So if it is a red magic jar or a Foca. Red magic jar, that's what I was trying to go for. Am I going to get full? No, I'm not. Alright. Luckily there is another one, which we can actually get over here. Let it be a red magic jar. Nope. Run. Void. Don't want to get hit anymore. Because I'd rather have full life going into this boss battle than not having full life. Doesn't matter. Not necessarily, but still, it's better to have full life than not having full life. Yeah, and once you either kill this guy or get the red magic jar, the first one does not appear. So we're just going to keep on doing this until we get the red magic jar, get life. Bingo, we are full magic, full life. We are ready to take on the boss of the Grand Palace. Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay, here we are. Now this is the podium. Few things to say before we fight the boss. One, make sure you're on Thunder before you actually go into the battle, because it is Thunderbird. Thunderbird won't get affected unless you use Thunder first of all. So that's half your magic right off the bat. And I guess it's up to you if you want to, because you'll be able to use life and maybe shield, or jump and shield and reflect. I personally would go with shield and reflect, and then maybe jump if he's really hard to hit, but you can hit him without actually jump. So that's what I'm going to be using. So he will come in. Now you can't hit him when he's actually red like this, so you got to use Thunder. He'll turn blue. You'll see his face, and that's when you can actually hit him. So I'm going to use shield and reflect. Now you're wondering, okay, reflect. Well, reflects. Well, I'll block the fire. Well, for some reason, reflect actually kind of also makes you somewhat immune to the fire in some angles. So it's more. It evades the fire even more, and I don't know if I can even show it off. But if I do see it, I'll point it out. But basically, you just want to go back and forth, and after you hit him 4 times, he'll start shooting more fireballs. And just kind of go back and forth, and when he comes down, just hit him in the head. There we go. Like that one, that fireball that just kind of went right through me. There's fireballs that go right through me. That's because of reflect. And there we are. Done. Now that guy's a lot harder the first time, let's just say. You have to get his pattern down, and then you can easily get rid of him. Easily. Okay, so we'll go over here. Now, here we are. So that wasn't... Third Thunderbird was not the last boss, but we have an actual last boss of the final game. So obviously, if you've not heard who this is, it is going to be Shadow Link, or Dark Link, whatever you prefer. This guy is a mean thing. He's mean. He will be relentless, so you gotta be on him if you want to beat him officially. There is a cheap way to beat him, which if I keep on dying, I will actually just do that way. But for sure, you definitely want to use shield. It does kind of affect the ending a little bit if you use shield, but not... It's just different color things. That's it. But other than that, you just probably want to use shield and life, if you can. That's all. That's all you need to do. All the rest of the spells are kind of pointless. So let's take them on. There's the old man with the Triforce that we're looking for, and now the final test against ourselves. Okay. Now, fighting him normally, which I'm going to probably do, is no easy task, so I don't really know if there's a method. It doesn't really matter what your attack is, you will take a point of damage off of him with each hit. So it's probably best to hit him in the knees than kind of standing up, so because he will try to take cheap shots at your legs also, so yeah, I'm losing now. Oh, there we go. If he does jump over you, that's also a good time to... It's probably best to more or less be on the offensive than defense. Even though I'm really kind of not being good right now. Down thrust and up thrust doesn't work either. Even though it would be fantastic if it did. Just kind of... Oh my goodness, okay. I do want to do this officially, so it's probably going to be... Oh, there we go, okay. Oh, down, we got him half. He's got me down to about 3. And the thing is, he will take a point of damage off of you if you do not have shield on, so... So it's basically 8 points versus 8 points, like 8 hits versus 8 hits. Whoever gets their first 8 hits is pretty much done. Okay, I got him down to 2, which is good here. 1, let's do this. You're going down, buddy. You're going down. You're going down. You're going down. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. He's done. Finished. Officially. A little bit longer than I predicted, but hey. And there was our reward. We got the Triforce of Courage. From an old man. Who is that old man anyway? So seeing that we have all 3 Triforces now, we can awaken the Princess Zelda. And the thing is, if you use shield, he'll just turn into the shield Link and at the ending, so... And if you didn't use shield, he'll be green. So Princess Zelda's awake, and you saved Hyrule, and you are a real hero. And the curtains fall, and Link gets some sugar, let's just say. So yeah, and I have to point out that this Zelda is actually not the Zelda from the first game. She's actually the first Zelda, apparently. So, which is, well, back then it was the first Zelda. It's kind of different canon now, but still. Nevertheless, that is Zelda II, The Adventures of Link. I'll probably show the cheap way to actually like get rid of Dark Link, because there is a cheap way to do it, which is a lot easier. And if you're doing speed runs, or you just want to just beat them and see this wonderful ending that it is. But I guess in today's standards, it's kind of like crummy. But back then it was like, oh my goodness, great. And well, does this have a second quest? Well, no, it doesn't. It really doesn't have a second quest, but it does have kind of like a game plus. So yeah, definitely. And if you play through Game Plus, you'll have all your levels and all your magic, but you'll have to get all the heart containers, all the magic containers, and all the items again, and including all the keys and so forth. So other than that, so there we are. Thanks a million. Press start to replay. So if we press start, will take us to the title screen. We get in there. And yes, I do have actually this thing. You'll get a little, I guess, triangle beside your character, and you will have 8 attack, 8 magic, and 8 life when we start. So let's start, and I'll actually show that right at the beginning of the game we have four I guess, units. Yeah, I call them units of life, and 4 units of magic again. And well, we have all our spells. We start at 3 lives. We have 6 crystals again. So that is pretty much it. So what we can go through the game again, and it's going to be a lot easier. The first couple passes will be a breeze, let's just say. But other than that, that is pretty much it for now. The only thing is that I'm going to probably show, we will cut back to the Grand Palace after I defeat Thunderbird, but before Shadow Link. So let's do that right now. Okay, so here we are, back before we fight Shadow Link. And now we're going to go the cheap way. I don't really know if I took a little longer to get here, but still, let's beat him. Hopefully I can have enough life. I'm not going to actually do shield this time to show, I guess, the other ending, that you see him in a green tunic instead of a brown tunic. But you go to the left here, and you just basically just keep on crouching and hitting, and he will just walk into your sword swings. He might hit you once or twice, but more or less he will, and he'll also try to jump you out of the actual area. That's just kind of go back in there, and you will pretty much kill him with no problem. And that's it. So that's how you kill Shadow Link. Possibly one of the hardest Zelda guys in the game, like the entire series, but it depends on who you ask, I guess. And here we are again with the thing, and when basically the magic happens, instead of turning to a brown tunic, it will remain green. So there you go. So again, that's pretty much Zelda 2. So I'll go through this. Pretty much it's I'll be doing this once more, so I'll run through it again. I'll be playing the North American version, but more or less just the way I usually play, because there's different ways you can play it. I played a different way than I did this time. And then after that, I will be doing the Famicom disc version, which is actually very slightly different from this one, and I want to mainly show off the differences also in that. And then sometime between then and, well, now and then, whenever I do that, I also want to do a speedrun of it, because this is, I don't usually do speedruns, but this is one of the games that I know like inside and out, basically. So except for all those like glitches. Like there are glitches which I probably could show a little bit. I know a few glitches. I don't know them all, and I can't get them all to work like on like a whim. Like if I just like it happens if it happens basically. So mainly I'll be doing that. So there's going to be a lot of Zelda 2 content. And yeah, well I guess I'll see you pretty much in the next episode where we will be going through the game again. Probably a lot quicker, but still through the game again. Basically of how I would play it. So until then, see you guys and girls later. Good night and take care.